All right, our next presenter is Chris Porter. I do have to put a plug. He did just get married over the weekend, so his beautiful wife is here. Congratulations. So Chris Porter, he's an AI expert, entrepreneur, and a founder of Viral Wave Studio. He has a deep understanding of AI-driven solutions and automations. Chris helps businesses streamline operations, increase productivity, and scale with cutting-edge technology. Come on up.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. First thing I want to say is just thank you guys for giving me this opportunity to be here, and all you guys showing up and actually listening to us today. So I'm going to talk about a few things. AI and automation for your business. What I do every day is I talk to businesses that I try to get them to implement AI into their business to make the routine of their workflows a lot easier. So we're going to dive right into this. I only got 20 minutes with you guys. I obviously can't teach you guys everything I know today. I'm just going to go over some examples of what I do and what you can be doing for your business as well. So what we're going to cover today is, we already kind of talked about it, is ChatGPT. We're going to go through that kind of briefly. We're going to talk about custom GPTs, which is a feature on ChatGPT that you can actually create. We're going to talk about automation. We're also going to talk about AI, and then we're going to talk about how automation and AI can be mixed together. A lot of people have this misconception that AI and automation is really the same thing. Automation's been around for a long time, but we'll get into there. Then I'm going to talk about social media automation, which is a practical use that you can use for your business, and then a real, I'm going to show you guys some real world uses of AI and automation. So start off just by talking about ChatGPT, and for all these slides I show you guys, just to keep an open mind, everything, probably 98% of the slides in here were created with AI. So we're at a pretty cool point in, even with text generation within images. But we're going to talk about ChatGPT, and I'm pretty sure, and just by raise of hands, how many people here are actually using ChatGPT for their business right now? Okay, perfect. So we're going to go right into it. And what is ChatGPT? It's an AI-powered language model. It was created by OpenAI. It's a versatile communication tool, and it's constantly improving. So, what we use today is always going to get better. It's never going to get any worse than it is now. Okay, and it's not bad now, but there is some benefits of ChatGPT. I mean, there's lots and lots of different benefits, but I just put 3 up here just to kind of go pretty quickly. But as everyone knows, you can ask ChatGPT a question, and it answers those questions for you. You can have it write content for you, anything from social media posts all the way to emails that you're replying back to people. And another big thing is that it increases human learning. This is very big for me because before ChatGPT, when you try to figure out things, it takes a long time, or you might not have the resources or the time to sit down and take months and months to learn. So like even for me, learning something new or implementing something new into my business, I usually have to open up the book and study and really train myself. So now with ChatGPT, instead of it just being a model where we can ask it questions and it gives us answers and we're copying back and forth, it really increases the human learning curve to be able to learn these things at a much more effective pace than what we once knew. We're going to get into ChatGPT, and most of the people I would assume that I talk to, most everyone out there is literally using ChatGPT to ask a question, and then they might just put an email into ChatGPT, have it reply back to that email, and then they just simply copy and paste that back out. But I'm here to show you guys today that is really just a start. It's really the tip of the iceberg when it comes to using ChatGPT for applications in your business. So like I said, AI is beyond pasting. We're at a level now where we can really mix everything together. So I'm going to go into how we can unlock its full potential today by using ChatGPT and automations. Okay. Before we go there, how many people here actually have a ChatGPT Plus account? Okay. So I'm just guessing most of you probably haven't created any custom GPTs or anything like that yet, correct? Okay. So if you have a ChatGPT Plus account, it's $20 a month. Unless you have a Teams account, you can put all your team members on there and everything like that. If you have a ChatGPT Plus account, you can actually create these custom GPTs, which is like going to ChatGPT It's still on the ChatGPT interface, but you're able to train it directly on your business. So you can upload different things to it. That way, when you're starting a new conversation with ChatGPT, you don't have to like give it all the information again and again and again. Everything's already trained out directly on your business. And I'm gonna show you guys some examples of this as well. So like I said, custom GPTs are your very own pre-trained ChatGPT model. It's efficient, personalized AI for your business, okay? And I'll just go through these slides pretty quickly, but so here we have, if you guys can see this on the screen, I'm not sure. You guys can see it, okay. So whenever you go to create a custom GPT, this is super simple. You know, it can get real complex, but you know, most of the people that are using custom GPTs and building them out for business use, it's very, very simple. So you can see at the top, there's like a split screen. Whenever you go click create custom GPT, on the right-hand side, it's like the preview of what you're making. And on the left-hand side is how you create it, okay? So at the top, you'll see the name or title. That's whatever you're gonna name your GPT. This is something I did just for a use case for you guys to see. This is a very basic GPT that anyone could really do, okay? So then you'll have a description, which falls underneath the name. It just shows like what the GPT is about. Then you have your instructions below that where you're going to tell this GPT how to function, what it's going to say, you know, how it's going to greet the user that's coming to it. And then there's a thing called conversation starters, which you know, you don't really have to worry about if you're using it just for yourself. But then we have knowledge files. So knowledge files are really cool because what I use, you know, Viral Wave Studio Helper for is I'm able to, you know, put in my work agreements, my contracts, anything that has to do with my business, so that every time I talk to this and I onboard a new client, you know, I'm able to have that structured data, but just plug it into their information within just a second. And I'll show you some examples. So Viral Wave Studio Helper, this is the GPT I just created. It's trained to handle your agreements, contracts, and more. This is something I just used in-house for myself. I've created hundreds of different GPTs that are very basic, that go to real complex different actions within them. But this is something that really speeds up the process when I onboard a new client. So I have an example here of me just talking to the model. I said I have obtained a client, Joe Smith. He's going to be on the base social media automation plan, and I need a work agreement to send to him, right? So instead of, you know, if you go to the regular ChatGPT model and you're not using something that's pre-trained, you know, it's gonna come up with some work agreement that is different every single time, okay? When you have these pre-trained models on the custom GPT, it actually knows to pull out from that knowledge file, it knows to pull out, you know, my work agreement or my service contract and just plug in the information for that new client that we have. That way, you know, we can easily just take this information and put it, you know, right to use. You know, we don't have to mess around and go back and forth with it. You know, it's trained on the structure that we're looking for, okay? And this is stuff that I don't expect anyone to really know right now. I do have like a resource I'm gonna share with you guys, my YouTube channel at the end of this, where I have videos that are 40, 50 minutes long that walk you through doing all this kind of stuff. But there's another thing that is in the custom GPT creation aspect that's called actions. And this is where the power of your custom GPTs really shine, because everyone knows, like when you go to ask ChatGPT something, they have like a you know, a learning gap where, you know, it says, okay, according to my last update, you know, this is what I know. You can't really gather real-time data off of ChatGPT without implementing, you know, actions. So actions would be API actions, which would be, you know, calling in like a layman's term, I would say calling like a website URL to gather data and bring it back, okay? So you can actually implement these actions if you have any kind of APIs. We do stuff like that for, you know, different clients where we send stuff into their CRM or go high level and stuff like that. We'll go through this quick. There's videos on, you know, all this kind of stuff as well. But so like I said, taking a step further with actions, training custom GPTs with API actions for real-time data. Whenever you're building out this action, you know, you're gonna have to know how to write some code, okay? There's no really way around it unless, you know, you can talk to ChatGPT and have it write code with you, you know? So that's the cool part about ChatGPT is that it can help you actually do all this kind of stuff. So here is an example of me using a GPT with actions and one without. I also like to trade stocks, so I just did an example of stock trading. But this on the left-hand side, this is like a basic GPT that claimed, or just a ChatGPT model that claimed that it is like a finance or knows stuff about finance, right? So when I asked this, and this was, a week ago that I did this presentation, when I asked what's the current stock price of NVIDIA, it says, as of my most recent update, right, because it's always capped out, it said NVIDIA stock price is approximately $417. Now, if you trade stocks, you know this is not correct, okay? Now, and all I said back to it was, this is not right, okay? Now, when you plug in an action, the APIs that we're talking about, you can gather that real-time data. So I created a GPT that actually calls Yahoo Finance data and actually looks at this real-time data. So then, when I said to the GPT with actual actions, what is the current stock price of NVIDIA? At the time, it said, the current stock price of NVIDIA Corp is $116 with a change of negative 1.87%. From the previous close of $117.87. And then it also goes on to showing the open price, the day high, the day's low, and the volume. So that is just showing like the power that happens when you use these API actions inside of your custom GPTs. And I don't want to, I hope I'm not like going over everyone's head up here. But like I said, I do have some resources that you can check out after this. So we're going to get right into the next part, and we're going to talk about automation. Automation's been around for a long time. Automation before AI, you'd have to set up these variables and pull from different data sources and all that kind of stuff, right? So what is automation? Like we talked about in Chris's slides, is it automates repetitive tasks, improves efficiency, and reduces human error, right? And that's a big one because running automation, even without AI, you don't have to hold someone's hand to get the job done, right? Then we're going to talk about the difference between automation and AI. So automation, handles tasks by following set rules. AI learns and makes decisions based on data. And then together, if we mash them together, right, AI makes automation smarter and adaptable. And this is where the real power of what we have in technology-wise comes out today, okay? So the power of automation plus AI mixed, these are just three very basic examples. There's millions and millions of uses of automation and AI mixed together, right? So we have automated content creation. That's really what I specialize in. Then we have, and that has to do with anything from, no more doing like content calendars or anything like that. Everything can be automated, say for your social presence, everything like that. Automated decision making. So now your automation, instead of just following these variables, it can actually think, it can actually analyze, and it can actually produce results based on what it sees, okay? And then customer support, that's just a whole nother powerhouse of automation and AI mixed, which we really won't go too far into that, but gone are the days of just talking to a regular basic, customer support agent that you might see on websites. These automations mixed with AI can actually do from step A to step Z and get everything done, right? So why you should use an AI automated system? Definitely the biggest one out there is cost savings, cuts down on expenses. Marketing teams are expensive, right? When you run AI and automation together, you can get the tedious tasks done as a marketing team, right? Without having to focus, all day on these tedious tasks that can be automated. Another thing is time efficiency, freeing up your schedule, like I said, and then scalability. You can grow your business with being able to scale by running these AI automated systems and not having to worry about doing the small tasks that take a lot of time, okay? So then I'm just gonna show you guys practical use of an AI automated system and the stuff I kind of do every day. And we'll kind of get right into this as well. So social media automation, real results with AI. People think social media automation, they are going and, creating your content. You're going and putting it in a calendar. You're putting it in your scheduler. You're using Meta Business Suite. You could be using Hootsuite or Buffer. Those days are gone. And a lot of people don't realize that yet, but everything can run 100% by itself in the tone of your brand, and it can also, reflect on what everything with your business has going on. So I'm not talking about, and everyone sees this. So when you see social media, posts and stuff like that, now that we're using ChatGPT, a lot of people will see an AI post and they'll be like, that's ChatGPT. They literally just copied that back and forth. And it shows like the marketing team doesn't care, right? So social media automation, 100% full automation is where to go, because we can train it on the business to act like we still have that massive marketing team running our business, right? So effortless social media automation, like I said, gone are the days of scheduling. We don't have to schedule a post out. Everything runs all by itself, trained on data. No creating content anymore. Everything can be trained in your brand's voice. You don't have to worry about, having some generic ChatGPT response or it just posting generic responses for your business. You can scale your social presence on autopilot. And like I said, it's 100% automated. And that's really where we're at today with this social media automation. This is something really cool that we implement, and I'm not here to sell you guys anything. I just want to show you guys some examples. This is something really cool. So a lot of people probably heard of computer vision, AI vision. So we're going to be talking about taking social media automation to the next level with AI vision. Particularly what we use in our business is, ChatGPT vision. We use the APIs for ChatGPT instead of talking to it back and forth. But this is from automating posts to intelligent visual content, okay? So the power of ChatGPT vision, if you guys never have heard about this, especially within social media automation, is we can take an image out of a database. Say we get a client or something like that, and they have all these images, say their marketing materials, they got pictures of their products, their brand. We can take that image, we can pull it out, all with automation. We can use ChatGPT vision or computer vision to actually analyze what's in the image, the text that's in the image, and it can create automated captions based on what it sees. So you don't have to, it's not posting images anymore that don't go with a post. Everything really works together. Same thing with visual insights. This is really cool because the GPT vision can actually analyze graphs, it can analyze data, and give you information that you need based on that. So here's just 2 clients of mine that I just want to show you guys of ChatGPT vision in action. This is a mix of social media automation that runs all by itself, and it also pulls an image out, analyzes that image, and creates a post based on what it sees. So one person we have here, they are on the left side. This is actually a local area company we work with. It says, why opt for Amish craftsmanship in our wooden sheds like the one below? So it already analyzed it's a wooden shed, okay? And then it says, our Amish built sheds combine traditional expertise and quality material, ensuring durability and timeless appeal, okay? And then it says, notice the seamless blend of the wood and metal on this beauty. So it actually also analyzed that it has the metal slats on the top of the shed, right? Then we have another company, Print Money. They're actually out of Australia. So this is another example of GPT vision, but it's also an example of how we can tone out a brand to sound exactly like this brand. So the post that they have, you can see that it is in a different kind of dialect, and that's what their customers are used to. So instead of just having some regular ChatGPT post come back, this is what it comes up with. And then it also talks about, choosing the right paper can have a real impact on your final print. If you're after a timeless, elegant vibe like our save the date cards, because it read what was on the card in the image and then created the post about it, high quality matte paper is the way to go, right? So this is actually using GPT vision, it's actually using brand toning, and it's actually using full automation to create this entire post by itself, okay? Do I still have everyone? So here is just a example, like what we just talked about, the workflow of how this process really works. So it starts with triggering some kind of data. We can have outside data being pulled in, repurposed. There's millions and millions of ways that this can work. But then it actually selects an image out of that database. It uses GPT vision to analyze that image it's selected out of the database. And then it takes that information from GPT vision, it takes that image from the database, and it actually puts it into another model where it can create that post on exactly what you guys seen and then post it out all by itself. Another thing a lot of people have asked me a lot is, I hear this all the time, and people say, hey, Chris, you can't rank with AI content, and you can't rank on Google with these blogs that are coming from ChatGPT. What I tell them is Google wouldn't have made Gemini, okay? And Gemini is like a model like ChatGPT. Google wouldn't have made Gemini if they didn't want AI content. Now, I'm not telling you to go and just copy the most basic response you get from ChatGPT and it's going to rank, because that's not the case. With properly trained AI content, you can really boost your SEO, especially when engaging content is being posted every single day. So for example, I got a call from Visit Erie about a month ago, and they said, hey, we'd like you to speak for us And I said, hey, how did you hear about me? And what had happened is I run automation on all my social media, my LinkedIn, my Facebook. I run automation on all these groups. And what had happened is I actually ranked on Google as an AI automation expert in Erie, Pennsylvania, by this content actually going in and posting every single day. So I didn't have to sit there and worry about, creating this content every day. I didn't have to worry about doing my, SEO and everything like that. I'm able to actually rank by providing this content every day that's automated, okay? Another big thing, and this is just like the end of the slides, but I like to say to everyone, work smarter, not harder. With advanced AI automation, you can really get your time back. And the most important thing to me in life is spending time with my family. Like I said, we just got married Saturday, so I'm spending my honeymoon with you guys. But, but yeah, so it's time to start implementing these kinds of things into your business because it's not going anywhere, right? AI is learning every day. This is just like an outro slide that I have. It's smarter every single day. So what we know today, it's going to be better by tomorrow. AI is not a trend word. It's not going anywhere. It's not a phase that we're going to be talking about today and not tomorrow. It's always going to get better and always progress into something where we might not even have to ever work again either. But here is a YouTube channel that I just started about 3 months ago. I have a few videos on here. One is how to create a basic GPT. I also have creating GPTs with API actions. There's a lot of cool things I've done on there. I've hacked these meta glasses. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with these, but you can go ahead and search Automate with Chris or @AI News Guy and find my YouTube channel. And then I just want to say thank you guys and thank everyone for being here and giving me the opportunity to sit up here and speak.